I bought the DLE-60 twin specifically for my 50cc Pitts Python from Aeroworks, and I was hoping that it would hang out the sides of the cowl. I thought it would look cool with them cylinder heads hanging out there, but it's smaller than I thought, and it fits inside very well. Even the down tubes off the mufflers are long enough that I don't have to add extensions. That compact size meant installing the DLE-60 was very easy. Aside from the normal cutting openings in the cowl, I didn't have to modify anything to get this motor in the pits. Everywhere you look on a DLE-60 twin, you find nicely made parts and castings. The number of DLE motors you see at the field means that value isn't lost on RCers. The mounting bolt pattern matches several other popular motors, and you get these standoffs with the kit. This Pitts has kind of an odd cowling, so they supply these spacers that made mounting this motor very easy. The mufflers that come with this motor have angled front ends, and that gives you more clearance on tight cowls. And the down tubes are long enough that I can run this motor without extensions. The DLE pumper carburetors are very well liked in the RC community because they work so well, and this design makes it easy to set these carburetors up for the airplane. The mixture screws for the carburetor are easy to get at and very effective. This motor responds well to very small adjustments. The spark plug leads have a very positive gripping end and are fully metal shielded all the way to the ignition box. The included ignition module is small enough that it's easy to mount, and the plug leads are long enough that you get a lot of options on where you can mount this box. This Pitts weighs 17.5 pounds dry, but I'd find out when I get to the field that this DLE-60 twin pulls it around without a problem. This is the first time I tried starting the DLE-60 twin with the cowl on. I had fired it up twice before with the cowl off, but now I needed to see if it'd run with it on and if the mixture didn't change. Not bad for a stone-cold new motor. When we got it to the field, I leaned out the bottom end, maybe a blade width on the screwdriver, and it's been running fine ever since. We're going to leave it like that. It's a little rich, but I like my new motors rich. Right now, as I'm editing all this video, the Pitts has got 30 to 40 flights on it, and it hasn't quit in flight once. Everything's been fine. We've leaned it out just a little bit more, less than a 16th of a turn on both screws, and it's running just fine. And when I did get it to the field, I found out that all my worries about this motor not having enough power for this big an airplane were unwarranted. The DLE-60 twin pulls this thing around just fine. I have been adding 3 or 4 clicks of throttle trim when I fly it, and then taking them back out when I come in for landing, and you can see it slows down nicely. Even though the DLE-60 twin is still a relatively new motor, all the transitions from high speed to low speed and then back up again have been very nice and clean, no stumbling, and it's got plenty of power to punch out of things when I mess it up. Through all the early flights, I did a bunch of touch and goes just to keep the temperature of the motor down and to keep trying the transitions, and it stayed nice and clean and was always very reliable. The DLE Twin 60 surprised me in the pure speed that it got with this plane with a 23.8 prop. And the vertical ain't bad either. And here's something I don't often do with a new motor, but the DLE-60 twin was very reliable and kept right on running nicely. So if you need a motor around this size, you need to take a hard look at the DLE-60 twin. This has been a great motor for me so far, and it just keeps getting better as it breaks in. And that's another reason that all of my gas planes have DLE motors in them.